It's time for Story with Oma Mary. I think this book may quack you up. It's My Duck. I hope you enjoy my humor. At school, my teacher told us to write. My story was about a duck who wanted to leave home. I drew a picture of him and gave him little shoes to wear to help him on his way. Ducks don't wear shoes, my teacher said. Go, start again. So I had to explain to my duck that I was starting my story again. But I'd already packed my sandwiches, he said, and off he went. My second story was about how I'd get to school. So I drew the tree in the middle of the road that we pass every morning in the car. Trees don't grow in the middle of the road, said my teacher. Go, start again. Oops. By the time I got back to my desk to start again, something very strange was happening. My duck was sitting under our tree and waving at me. I told my duck that he couldn't possibly stay there because I was starting my story again. But there's nowhere else to eat my lunch, he told me, and carried on anyway. My third story was going to be about a little girl who could fly, and I told my teacher about her. Little girls don't fly, said the teacher. Try another one. But I hadn't finished drawing my little girl, and she only had one wing. When my duck saw the little girl, he said, "She's nice. Can she be my friend?" I explained to my duck that it was impossible because I was starting my story again. "But I've got no one else to play with," said the duck. And he asked the little girl if she wanted to share his lunch. Before I could do anything about it, the little girl hopped and skipped and flew over to where my duck was sitting. Meanwhile, I started my fourth story, which was about my trip to the zoo, and I drew all the animals I had seen. This is a story my teacher will like. I thought it was just about to show her when I noticed my duck and a little girl eating their lunch next to the lion's cage. I explained to them that they couldn't possibly stay in this story because I was going to show it to my teacher, and she'd already told me that they couldn't be here. "But we like it here," said my duck, and he took the little girl by the hand as they walked off to see the penguins. On the way, they passed the food stand that I had drawn, and they helped themselves to milkshakes and cupcakes. And then they sat on the wall to watch the people go by. I tried again to explain that this story would only work if they would leave, and I promised that I would start another story just for them. "But this is my home now," said my duck. "I'm not leaving again." The little girl nodded her head in agreement. So I took the story with them to show my teacher. She liked this very much, and I was lucky that she didn't notice my duck and the little girl walking up the hill on the way to see the penguins. So here's a happy ending. I wrote my story. The duck has a friend and a home, and so does the little girl. And my teacher gave me a gold star. But if you ever go to the zoo and see a duck with shoes on and a little girl with one ring, please don't tell my teacher. And that's the end of that story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it did make you quack up a little bit. Have a good day.